Welcome to World Action and Reaction News. Today's news headlines are two little-known villages in Alwar and Pali districts will soon gain strategic importance as they have been selected by the Defense Ministry's Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, for setting up radars to track enemy missiles. The Forest Department has cleared the acquisition of 850 hectares of land in Koa, Indiana Alwar district and 350 hectares in Runagar for installing ballistic missile defense grid that will protect the western and northern parts of the country. This was done after the Union Ministry of Environment and Forest in 2014 cleared the DRDO proposal on the conditions laid down by the ministry. According to A.K. Singh, additional Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, the state government following the clearance given by the Union Ministry has allotted then land to DRDO. The ballistic missile defense grid will help guard New Delhi and Mumbai. The Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, DIPAM, has through an advertisement invited bids from registrars for disinvestment of up to 25% or stake each Indiana Bharat Dynamics, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders and Mishra Dutta Nigam Ltd. The government is planning to list 4 of its defense PSUs by selling up to 25% or stake Indiana each of them through an initial public offering, IPO. The Department of Investment and Public Asset Management, DIPAM, has through an advertisement invited bids from registrars for disinvestment of up to 25% or stake each Indiana Bharat Dynamics, Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders and Mishra Dutta Nigam Ltd. The United States has reaffirmed its support for India's bid for a permanent seat in a reformed UN Security Council, UNSC. State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert said, "I believe U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations Nikki Haley is going to raise the issue at the United Nations." Terming Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United States as a wonderful experience, Nauert said, "U.S. had a lovely visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was certainly wonderful to have him here in the United States. I know the President enjoyed hosting him, as did the Secretary as well." Nauert, a former Fox News host, said U.S. is certainly aware of the elections that India will hold in 2019. During Prime Minister Modi's visit to United States in June, President Trump reaffirmed the support of the United States for India's permanent membership on a reformed UN Security Council and in other multilateral institutions like the Nuclear Suppliers Group. As global non-proliferation partners, the United States expressed strong support for India's early membership in the Nuclear Suppliers Group, NSG, the Wassenaar Arrangement, and the Australia Group, the India-U.S. joint statement said. The Nizhegorodsky Teplokod shipyard has delivered 2 Project 23,040 inshore diving boats, the RVK-1229 and RVK-1230, to Russia's defense ministry, the shipyard's press office said. The boats will join the Northern Fleet's diving service, the press office added. The RVK-1229 and RVK-1230 are the 17th and 18th boats in the series. Initially, the shipyard received an order for 16 vessels of the type, but later their number was increased to 22. As of today, 20 Project 23,040 boats have been built, the press office said. According to the press office, the 19th and 20th boats designated as RVK-1239 and RVK-1261 were floated out on June 8. They will undergo running trials in the imminent future and will be delivered to the Defense Ministry. The boats will join the Pacific Fleet, the press office said. The Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group departed on August 1 for its composite training unit exercise in anticipation of its deployment later this year, the U.S. Navy announced this week. The COMPT exercises will certify that the Roosevelt and all supporting ships in Carrier Group 9 are capable of conducting their assigned operations during the upcoming cruise, which could easily last from 7 to 9 months or longer. Testing will include command and control, search and rescue operations, damage control and operational capabilities of the group. Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering Co., a major shipyard, handed over a 1,400-ton diesel-electric submarine to the Indonesian Navy on Wednesday, becoming the first South Korean company to export a submarine. The company said it held a ceremony at its Okpo shipyard on Geoje Island off the southern coast to mark the event. The vessel is the first of 3 submarines commissioned by the Southeast Asian country under a 2011 deal worth $1.1 billion, which is equivalent to selling some 730,000 locally made mid-size cars abroad, Daewoo Shipbuilding said. Following the delivery, South Korea became the 5th country in the world to export a submarine, after Britain, France, Russia, and Germany. The second submarine is under construction with the plan to be completed within the year, and the third one will be made in block form in South Korea and sent to Indonesia to be assembled by 2018, the company said. Cohort Company IDE has been awarded a contract by the Portuguese Navy for the supply of integrated communications systems to the Tejo-Class coastal patrol vessels. The €4.6 million contract encompasses the supply of radio equipment, ICCS, integration engineering, and logistics services. The contract also includes additional supplies for the second batch of the Viana do Castelo oceanic patrol vessels, being built by West Sea shipyards in the northwest city of Viana do Castelo. We have been supplying communications systems to the Portuguese Navy ships since 1985. Their performance has helped to grow the export market for these systems, which are now in use in several parts of the world. We are grateful to the Portuguese Navy for showing the confidence in our skills and capabilities, enabling the international success of ICCS. This new contract demonstrates that the Portuguese Navy, one of our most important customers, is happy with our global, positive, and responsive performance, states Managing Director, Antonio Marcos Lopes. Qatar confirmed today its order for 7 vessels from Italian shipbuilder Fincantieri following the signing of a preliminary contract in June 2016. The deal consists in 4 air defense corvettes of over 100 meters in length, 1 amphibious vessel, LPD, landing platform dock acting as mobile radar station for the corvettes, and 2 patrol vessels, OPV, offshore patrol vessel. We have signed a contract on behalf of the Qatari Navy to acquire 7 warships from Italy for €5 billion, $5.9 billion, Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani said at a Doha press conference with his visiting Italian counterpart Angelino Alfano. The deal includes support services in Qatar for further 15 years after the delivery of the vessels. All the units will be entirely built in Fincantieri Italian shipyards starting from 2018, ensuring 6 years of work and an important impact on the main Italian defense companies. Last but not least, India has a requirement for 120 to 130 swing role planes with stealth features for increased survivability, advanced avionics, smart weapons, top-end mission computers and 360-degree situational awareness. A high-powered panel appointed by the Defense Ministry to examine different aspects of the multi-billion-dollar 5th-generation fighter aircraft, Fgfa, project has said that India should co-develop and co-produce the stealth fighter with Russia, Indian Air Force sources said. We were given a task and we have submitted our report to the government. That's all I can tell you, Varthaman told HT, refusing to share the details of the report. The committee has pointed out that India would significantly gain from partnering with Russia through the transfer of cutting-edge technology, sources said. The 4-member panel looked into various aspects of the project for around 5 months. India and Russia are yet to sign a $4 billion research and development contract for the Fgfa. India has already spent Rs 1,500 crore in the preliminary design stage, which was completed in June 2013 on the basis of a contract inked with Russia.
Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News. Warn.